The most dangerous man in any room is the one who says nothing. Not dangerous because he's violent. Dangerous because you can't read him. You don't know what he's thinking. You don't know his next move. And that uncertainty terrifies people more than any threat ever could. Most men have been conditioned to fill silence, to talk, to explain, to justify, to prove they belong in the conversation. But the men who actually hold power, they do the opposite. Watch any room where real decisions are made. The loudest person is rarely the most respected. The one constantly talking is rarely the one people listen to. It's the quiet one, the one observing, processing, waiting, who commands attention when he finally speaks. This isn't coincidence, it's psychology. When someone talks constantly, your brain starts filtering them out. They become noise, background static. But when someone rarely speaks, every word carries weight. Your brain pays attention because it's learned that this person only speaks when it matters. Here's what most men get wrong about silence. They think it's passive. They think quiet means weak. They think if they're not talking, they're not contributing. The opposite is true. Silence is active. It's a choice. It's saying, I don't need to prove myself to you. I don't need your validation. I don't need to fill this space with nervous energy just to feel like I exist. That kind of silence is terrifying to people who can't sit with themselves, and most people can't. Think about the last time you were in a conversation and there was a pause. What happened? Someone rushed to fill it, probably with something meaningless, something that added nothing, just noise to escape the discomfort of quiet. Now think about how you felt about that person. Did their rush to fill silence make you respect them more? Or did it reveal something, an insecurity, a need, a desperation to be acknowledged? Contrast that with someone who let the silence sit, who was comfortable in it, who didn't need to prove anything. That comfort communicates more than words ever could. But silence isn't just about how others perceive you. That's the shallow layer. The deeper truth is what silence does for you internally. When you're constantly talking, you're not thinking, you're reacting, you're performing. You're too busy managing the external to notice what's happening inside. Silence creates space. Space to observe, space to process, space to actually understand what's going on, in the room, in the conversation, in yourself. Most men are running from this space because silence forces you to confront yourself, your doubts, your fears, your failures, all the things you've been drowning out with noise and distraction. That's exactly why you need to practice it. A man who can sit in silence with himself is a man who has faced his own mind and survived. He's done the internal work. He's not running. And that groundedness is visible to everyone around him. Here's a practical test. The next time you're in a conversation and you feel the urge to speak, don't. Just wait. Feel that discomfort, that pull to fill the gap, that anxiety that says you need to contribute something, and then let it pass. Watch what happens. Often, someone else will speak and reveal more than they intended, or the silence will resolve into something deeper than surface-level chatter would have produced. In conflicts, silence is even more powerful. When someone attacks you verbally and you don't react, you don't defend, don't explain, don't escalate, something shifts. They expected resistance. They were prepared for a fight. Your silence disarms them completely. They don't know what to do with a man who doesn't need to win the argument, who doesn't need to have the last word, who can absorb their attack and remain unmoved. That's not weakness. That's the kind of strength most people will never develop. Start small. In your next meeting, speak half as much as you normally would. In your next argument, pause before responding. In your next social situation, observe more than you participate. You'll notice people start treating you differently. They'll lean in when you do speak. They'll give your words more weight. They'll start wondering what you're thinking instead of assuming they already know. Because silence isn't empty. It's full of power most men are too afraid to claim.